Hello everyone, this is Rugio Duelist back with another video. Guys, so I'm back real soon. Topped yet another Crossover Breakers half-case tournament at a new store that I went to tonight. I went up against some acquaintances. It was 5 rounds of Swiss. Jesus Christ, my apologies, I'm mumbling. So I went up against 2 Ryziel Fiendsmiths in those 5 rounds. 2 Malice players, one of them playing Malice Kashtira, and 1 Sky Striker player. I went 3-2 in this tournament, aka X2. So again, 5 rounds, 3 out of 2 I did manage to top, and I managed to get to 5th place. I believe I lost. Yes, I lost to one of the Ryziel Fiendsmith players and the Malice Kashtira player. And here's my deck profile, you guys. As you can see, sadly, I cannot use Tempai Dragon. I could if I wanted to, but I just don't find it very consistent for the format post the ban list. So I managed to top with this. If you've been a subscriber to my channel, or if you've been following my channel, you know this is historically this has been my very best deck. Now my second best deck has once again become my best deck, so to speak. But yeah, let's get started. If you guys have seen the channel, you know how this deck works. Floowandereeze, yes, birds. For those who still like the birds on this channel, let's get on to it. Let's not waste too much time. So most of the cards work pretty well this time around. I will be making a few adjustments to probably the extra and the side deck. The main deck won't change too much, but so far the birds have been doing a great job. Let's get started. No more stalling. So triple M-Pen, yes. Most Floowandereeze players nowadays, they just play 2. I prefer to max out on M-Pen. He's just that good of a boss monster. Again, does not let your opponent play the game. It's an annoying 2700 beater floodgate. Big old penguin does the job. Moving on, still with the big birds. 1 Mist Valley Apex Avian. For the longest time, this card has been my most hated competitively Yu-Gi-Oh card because of Pendulum format. But yeah, I'm using one of my former worst enemies in this deck because he's an Omni Negate, and he was awesome in this tournament. He actually managed to snatch me a couple of games today. I managed to negate my opponent's last resources on his turn by bouncing back the Apex Avian. So yeah, the 1-up, and that's it for the big birds. And yes, we only play these 4. I do not play Mega Ryza. If you see my last deck profiles regarding Floowandereeze, you know I cut Mega Ryza completely in the last few profiles, which was some time ago. Moving on, self-explanatory, triple Rabina, aka search for any bird in the deck, including itself or herself. Triple Eaglin, search for the big birds. 1 Stree. Don't recall if I was on 1 or 2. I usually fluctuate between 1 and 2 when it comes to Stree, but for now, 1 is doing the job. 1 Tonkin. And for the final birds in the main deck, or the final monsters in the main deck, I should say, we are main decking triple Molcharmi Fuwalos, because yes, if we go second, we just shotgun this guy, depending on our opponent's strategy, and we draw cards. And if we open up 2, well, all the better for it. I am not main decking Shifter, more on that later. But yeah, those are the monsters in the main deck, including these 2. Alright, now on to the spells. Triple Floowandereeze and the Magnificent Map, aka the field spell. Self-explanatory. The 1 copy of Floowandereeze and the Unexplored Winds, also self-explanatory. The 1 Swallow's Cowrie. I don't quite remember if I was playing 1 or 2. I was fluctuating between 1 and 2, but I decided to just do 1. I saw the live stream on, I believe, on round 9, 10, or 11 of the YCS in Anaheim, and the Floowandereeze player that was in rounds 9, 10, 11, he was main decking 2 of this, or used this on game 3 of his match. Sad, and he kind of opening up 2 of these, so I am never again gonna play more than 1 copy of this in my Floowandereeze build. So yeah, 1 is all you need. Moving on to the spells. Of course, the Advent of Adventure to search for our map and any of our Floowandereeze monsters. I'm not playing terraforming. I don't like terraforming. There's plenty of ways to get to this card as well as this one. So moving on, still with the spells. Let's put the spells over here. The 3 dualities, the 3 extravagance, all the pots you could ever ask for, and of course, this card was MVP. I resolved it a lot. It also snatched me some games in this tournament. The one-off prosperity. Yes, we are playing it, even though it conflicts with this. Why not? It's like, if you see it, if you see this and you don't see this, or you see a combination of these two or a combination of these two, why not just play the limited copy of prosperity? Like 7 pots are better than 6. I conflict sometimes, but like still, like you want to see your combo pieces all the more faster. Then the 1 Called by the Grave for the hand traps, the 1 Duster for the back row, and 2 of this, 2 Ultimate Slayer main deck, due to more specifically for Ryziel, sometimes Malice if they don't ship you. But this card was okay. I think I only resolved it once. Maybe I might side deck it. I'm not quite sure, but it was okay. I think I need to do some more testing. Then continuing on with the spells, the 1 Triple Tactics Talon, and finally the 1 Triple Tactics Thrust, because Thrust allows us to get into the pot cards as well as most of these cards. And finally the trap cards, only 4 traps in the main. The 1 Floowandereeze in the Dreaming Town, you resolve this trap card for the most part, you win the duel. The 1 Harpy's Featherstorm, you resolve this trap card, you also win the duel. Also a la Thrust, or if you open it up or you get it with the pod cards, you know. And 2 copies of Evenly Matched to break boards apart. And that is it for our main deck. Alright, for the, let's go to the extra and then we'll go to the side. So for the extra, again, I'll try not to, getting close to the 8-minute mark, so let's get on to it. The 1 Typhon, I was considering putting 2 in the extra deck, but I don't think that was necessary. I think 1 was okay. The 1 SP Little Knight, IP Masquerina, basically all the waifu Link monsters you could ever think of. Moon of the Close Heaven and Underworld Goddess if they come up. Alrighty. Then other generic Link monsters just in case. Anima, Almirage, the Tri-Brigade package, and an access code talker for potential OTK in case our main deck is not enough. And the last 5 cards are basically Ultimate Slayer targets. Aggregator for Ryziel, Antis, and Garura for fusion monsters. Also, you can dump Garura if you dump the Tri-Brigade Arms Bucephalus. And Cloud Beast Malong and Enigmaster Pagbit for Synchro decks. And that is it for our extra deck. Let's get these guys out of the way. Come on now. Might switch some things around in the extra deck in the future. But I think come January for the YCS in Orlando, which I will be attending if everything goes right, I will not be playing this deck. I really want to play something else, something new, like my own thing. Hopefully it comes into fruition and it's very consistent. Alright, moving on to the side. Of course, 2 of this, because this wins duels. 2 of this. This did not come up. I might cut this out. It was more so for like heavy, for Runic and like mostly rogue decks, as well as like maybe even, what's its name, Centurion. They did not come up. I'm probably going to cut these 2 off. The 1D barrier also did not come up. I did use it, but I never saw it. I actually saw more of this. I am actually more on this, so of course I might see it more often. 1 Typhoon for back row. Probably will cut this. I'm not seeing too many like Floodgates and back row hate for a deck like Floowandereeze. 1 Di-Fi. Cannot main deck this because Malice is running around. Second copy of the Unexplored Winds. Why not? Just in case if you go second, this card is good. Going second. 1 Herald of the Abyss. There was a moment where I went up against an opponent who was using who used Chaos Angel, and I needed this card. Sadly, it never came out because I lost that duel. But still, this is a good card to have in the side. This came up and it snatched me a victory. Spell card, Soul Exchange. Use your monsters to summon one of your use your opponent's monsters to summon one of your own and tribute them. Vesper Gear Suit, which is like this card, the third evenly matched, but played a little bit differently. I did resolve this today, but it just wasn't enough. My opponent still had games, sadly. I may or may not cut this card out. Might keep this one. Probably will. And the last 3 cards, of course, the 3 copies of Dimension Shifter. Did Shifter came up? Sadly, no. Probably see it in the last game since I'm side decking it, but again, with a deck like Malice running around, I can't take the risk of playing this card. So, and that's it. That's it for the side deck, you guys. There is a VIP qualifier next week. I will try to win that one, probably using this deck. But for come January and February, I'll do everything in my power to play another deck that is not this. I think I am probably definitely done playing Tenpai Dragon with the pure build due to the ban list. But so far, 3-2 with this deck, not too bad. At a half case tournament, this is still a pretty decent rogue deck. Of course, unfortunately with Lancia and the 2 new decks in the format, it's going to be tough to. The deck still does struggle, but like if it does what it's supposed to do, it wins. But yeah, guys, that's it. That is my Floowandereeze top 8 5th place deck profile. Hope you liked it. Again, a month from now, I'll try to create like my own unique deck, something that maybe you guys will like a lot more, like some type of originality on this channel. Because as much as I love this and Tenpai Dragon, you guys know there's another deck, a bigger deck that I would like to master and, like, I don't know, do my own thing with it. Hopefully, maybe even top a YCS. I'll do everything in my power to do that right now come YCS Orlando in February. But that's it, guys. Hope you like the deck profile. 2 thumbs up. Play if you can.